Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys enjoyed the video today. We got another episode of Wild Talk. You know me, we talk about my Warriors every single week, my favorite team in the NRL. But before we get through the video, I hope you guys also do enjoy my brand new backdrop. I want to shout out my good mate, Arpy. Thank you so much for your help, bro, for making this backdrop and all that sort of stuff. I've been working over the weekend to make this happen. It's been an amazing weekend, been a busy weekend overall. Obviously getting to watch the Warriors play and watching that over again, but also working on my studio and working on making this channel just look a little bit better just adding new tools to my tool bag. And if you know me in general, and if you know the way this channel is going, and if you checked out the Wise Up podcast, I do, usually when I go on to other people's podcasts and all that sort of stuff and talk with them, I give them some sort of my view on like where I'm growing and why I do the things I do. And I'm going to give you a quick taste of that before I get into the Raiders game talk and all that sort of stuff. But basically, yeah, as I said, if you know me in general, I'm a massive fan of the UK scene in YouTube. I think the UK scene is just like 10 times better than anything else on YouTube. Like the US scene is really good for your NBA content. I don't see too much NFL content. That's a whole like a big level and all that sort of stuff. And me being a massive sports fan, and hopefully I can continue that. But being an Aussie YouTuber, Aussie YouTube doesn't really have the same. There is like obviously the big professionals. Obviously, if you're a NRL star or if you're AFL star and you do this sort of stuff, you obviously got the money behind you where you can start doing this. But if you know me, I'm just a normal fan. I played rugby league growing up and all that sort of stuff, but like injuries, and I wasn't that great to be in general. Like I wasn't going anywhere with it, but I played all different types of sports and that. I'm just a normal person like you. I work 9 to 5, or actually I work Arvo shift and that just for a factory. And I just, I talk about Warriors. It's my hobby. But if I can keep adding tools to my tool bag, if I just keep growing, I ain't worried about subscribers. I'm only on like 500 subscribers at the moment, close to 600. Appreciate all you guys for all your support and that. But this is just adding a whole new tool to my tool bag. This is just every step that I take in this journey is just to make myself better and to make content that I can watch myself and be happy that I made that. That's really why I do the journey. It's not more so to throw out content out there just to get views and just to get like subs so I can get like money in that. It really never is that. And that's the reason why I talk the way I talk. I just want to talk to you guys. I want to talk to the sports fans out there. That's why I did touch on different sporting genres and all that with my channel. I used to do FBL videos. I used to do a lot of Supercoach stuff. I used to do like, fantasy in NBA and all that. But, I dropped those because they add a whole new skill to me. Like I've done a little bit of FBL. I didn't finish out the full season of that, but it gave me that little bit of skill where I could actually make some really cool stuff with like webcam look videos. And early on, just to even start my game, like start all this, I did fantasy because I felt it was the easy way I could talk to you guys and you guys can really get in touch with me. But now I'm starting to really feel like I want to do a whole lot of like, fan talk videos as I am doing right now with like, my reviews on games and my thoughts on games, my thoughts on the Warriors, my thoughts on, hopefully I can do my thoughts on my favorite EPL team, Arsenal. Maybe I can do like my favorite NFL team, which is the Carolina Panthers, even though I really love just players in general. Usually reason why I follow the game and follow teams is more so players and athletes because I really do appreciate what they do. And yeah, hopefully you guys really enjoy the level up. Hopefully I've raised the flag for all you fan content creators out there. This didn't really cost too much, like probably altogether about $300 to do this backdrop. Obviously the mics and all that sort of stuff really do help so much. And in time, it does add up in time. But if you just add one thing at a time and you just keep growing, hopefully, you guys do enjoy this and enjoy just talking to me and that. Enough with all that sort of stuff. Going into the video, obviously against the Warriors against the Raiders game. I haven't got too many notes on this game. This is going to be talking about more so my feel and all that. I do have notes on it and that, but I really feel like, just sitting down and talk to you guys is probably the best way I want to do this video, especially my first day in my new studio, my first video in my new studio. And hopefully you guys enjoy this sort of content. So if you do, please make sure you like, subscribe. Let's get straight into the video. So obviously we got a really nice win over the weekend, 21-20 over the Raiders. And before I quickly talk on the NRL side of things, but our New South Wales Cup team got the exact same score in the exact same sort of game. Just amazing to see our New South Wales Cup team do amazing. It's real big, like it's irony, like ironic moment that our future in Ronald Volkman getting the amazing field goal and our present right now, our Shaun Johnson, our leader, like my favorite player of all time, the reason why I follow Warriors, getting his field goal, getting his moment. And hopefully we lock up Volkman. We continue to bring Volkman through because I do believe he's our future to pair up with Luke Metcalf or players of the future. He's our halfback for the future, getting a really nice field goal and New South Wales Cup to win us that game 21-20. And then Shaun Johnson, just He's our president. He's our reason this year, along with so many other players in our team, and that hopefully he gets the daily M this year, and we'll touch on that a little bit later on. I will touch on in the first half, I did feel like we were very scratchy. Errors and really not putting a whole lot of pressure on the Raiders really hampered us. Obviously, the first try for the Raiders going on against our own error. We had a really nice try early on with Nick Corey running a really nice line off SJ, but in between that time there, getting a head knock and had to get pulled off. You know, when Hudson Young went over, it was due to the unders play that Shawnee brought Nick Corey under. The ball wasn't too great, but Nick Corey was obviously dealing with the head knock issue that he had to get brought off with a HIA. So didn't come back in the game, but Joshy Curran filled in that spot amazingly from in my opinion. But in between that part there, Hudson Young and the Dallin Watini-Zalesnik try at the end of the first half, it was a very back and forth sort of moment there. The Raiders got a lot of good moments on our line. They started playing Seb Chris in behind of Jamal Fogarty. Some chips over the top were probably their best plays that they had against us. And obviously, we all know the big moment that is possibly one of our biggest try savers this year. And this is like, we've had a lot of big moments this year with try savers. We had 2 last week with SJ and Dallin or Montoya on whoever. I think it was Dallin on that edge, or I think it was Montoya on that edge. Either one. I'm so sorry if I messed that up. We had some try savers there. We've had CHARNZE try savers on like Kalen Ponga to start the year. We've had big moments like that, but Dallin to get across to save that try from Seb Chris and to make Ricky blow up in the press conference, probably like, you know, one of my favorite parts of the weekend. But, you know, Ricky obviously saying that should have been a penalty try and that game shouldn't have gone into the overtime or golden point the way it was. I could probably say the same thing about the Warriors. You know, I could probably say, you know, we had moments in that game where we blew a whole lot of big moments where we could have blew this game out and it shouldn't have gone to golden point. And at one point going into the second half, we had the CHARNZE try go over off a really nice set piece play we've been playing for the last couple of weeks, where first time I seen it was in the Melbourne Storm. And if you go check out the Wise Up podcast on Instagram, he does amazing video content and all that, really shows the set plays and all that what we're playing at the moment. We had a really nice, you know, obviously Joshy Curran and Rocco Berry run some really nice lines off SJ. And then SJ gets the choice of running like going cross face to Rocco or going short to Curran or going out the back to CHARNZE. It gives so much space. The first time I seen it was in the Melbourne Storm game. And we had moments like that throughout the whole game where I felt like we were going to blow the Raiders out again. And the Raiders, to their credit, just an amazing team, a top 18 at the moment, in my opinion, held in this game, and they held all the way to the end. And then if you take this game at whole, they got obviously a try with Hudson Young off an error from us. They've got a kick try over the top of Montoya. Rapana was amazing for them, in my opinion. Just Rapana magic. He just seems to pull out shit out of nowhere. And then the try from Elliot Whitehead where Rapana put a little grubber through. It bounced off a little times, and I thought Elliot Whitehead was offside, but looking back on it, it is what it is. Whitehead going over there as well to make it 20-16. And this is where the biggest moment was. As I was just touching on before, I felt like we were dominant. We had moments there where we had Pompey nearly go over his centimeters over the line, and that same set, we had Metcalf nearly go over like centimeters from the line. Couple of big try-saving tackles there from the Raiders, from Seb Chris and, you know, a couple of boys there. Jack Whiten strips us on an edge. For the first time in this game, we actually got beat by a proper set piece, and it happened in the worst moment it could have. We had Albert Hopewadi running down that sideline, put it back down to Jackie Whiten scoring in the corner. And I was shitting bricks. I thought we lost this game. You know, when Jared Croker was there to kick, obviously the biggest revenge arc, we put 30 on him in the 300 game. I thought he was going to break our hearts and possibly break our season. I feel like if we did lose that game the way we did, it would be really hard to recover. It would be like more so the thing. I feel like the fans would look at it as like, we're stepping back to the old Warriors where, you know, obviously we got the win and maybe we should be looking at errors in that. But I feel like still like, in this game, we were dominant. We looked so controlled. We had some really nice moments. Errors in that really hampered us, but if we lost this game, that could have all flipped on its head. Then going into extra time, obviously we all know Jamal Fogarty giving away the 7-tackle set. Amazing work from CHARNZE there. CHARNZE had an amazing game in this one. CHARNZE was amazing. 1 try, 1 line break, 5 tackle breaks, 186 run meters in this one for CHARNZE. Just amazing game from him. To me, he was my MVP, but then again, like Shawnee this is my question a little bit later on. He was definitely another one up there. But at this point, 7-tackle set, CHARNZE, two times in that set, had some really nice runs to get us off our back end, 70 meters down the field, and Shawnee just icing the game for us, the Iceman man himself. So really did enjoy that. Obviously, Shawnee getting another massive moment. And hopefully, you know, my question to you guys below, does Shawnee win the Daily M this year? And do we stay in the top four? This is amazing. We got top four now. We're in top four. Obviously, the Knights beating the Storm over the weekend really helped us in staying that. And also Manly beating the Sharks over the weekend helped us stay in this top four, and we're now top three at the moment. So hopefully with the bye coming up this week, Nia Corey getting a nice rest and hopefully coming back into the team later on, we can continue on towards the end of the season and stay in that top four race and maybe get a home final, maybe really turn the season into something special. We possibly have a moment here where we could win this season, or at least make it pretty far, pretty deep into the finals where we can grow to the future. Because in my opinion, it'd be great to win a premiership this year. I think we all want that, but what we all mainly do want is a Warriors team that contends every single year, as we see the Melbourne Storms and at the moment the Panthers. Like, we want to be that team. We want to be the team that everyone looks at us and goes, it sucks to go play New Zealand, because for a long time now we've been the laughing stock, and I think that's just amazing for us to be in that position. But as I said, my big question to you guys, does Shaun Johnson win the Daily M this year? That was a massive game for him, whether he gets Daily M points in this one for the full 6 or gets 3, because CHARNZE had such a big game as well, and a couple of big games from a couple of big Raiders. Obviously, you know, I thought that Rapana had some massive moments in this game. Every time Rapana goes to fullback, even though I don't think he's fullback's his position, or even when Rapana just touches the ball, things sort of happen, and it was pretty unfortunate. But does Shawnee win Daily M this year? That's my question to all you guys. But I appreciate all you guys for all your support. Thank you so much for supporting my channel, and comment down below your thoughts on the setup. Does it look good? Do you like it? Do you reckon continue to do this sort of stuff? And yeah, appreciate you guys. Thank you so much.